Hey everybody, and welcome to Dicing with Death. How are you doing today, Brian?
Pretty good, pretty good.
What the hell's going on with these Dicing with Death cams? Oh, there we go. That's why. Got it. Solved.
Am I
Okay.
there?
Yeah, we're all here. There was just a momentary problem where things were bugged, and it's all debugged. Woo!
Woo.
So,
Have
how's
these
it going?
fancy new dice that someone special gave me.
Oh, who
So
gave you those
these,
fancy new dice?
I don't know, some jerk.
Yeah.
He has good taste in dice, but he's kind of a douchebag.
What are the dice
These
like?
are like solid brass. This is for character rolling right here.
Ooh, yeah, nice metal dice.
Oh,
Oh, you can even hear
such
them
a great
roll.
weight
They
to them. Oh yeah,
thud.
they shake the whole house.
Nice.
You buy a new die?
He got them for me.
Oh, how sweet.
They're supposed to be for my birthday, but
6 months ago.
But instead, you got Divinity Original Sin, which is
yeah,
almost
yeah.
as good,
I need to get
possibly
you
better. So last we left in Dyson with Death, Qualnir and Michelle were en route to Seagate in order to try and find Qualnir's long lost sister. Well, not long lost, but recently lost sister. And I
Yeah,
think
it's
we're on a
a
ship
couple
right
weeks.
now.
I think we just landed, or at least if you didn't already know, we just landed.
We just
I'm
landed.
pretty sure. Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to recap anything relevant while I get us situated, see what sort of lovely MS Paint maps we have for this part of the world.
Let's take a look at our MS Paint maps for this part of the world.
Let's see what this is. It says Seagate on my overlay, but
Oh yeah, I see Seagate. It's in the
yeah.
on the middle right. Yes, Seagate.
So anything? I guess there's not a whole lot important that we need to recap.
No, I think everything that needs to be recapped was something from was just last week only stuff, you know.
Yeah. I mean, we're pretty much picking up where we left off. If you're just tuning in, the only thing you need to know is Qualnir is here seeking out his sister, who apparently is a spellcaster and is apparently missing.
Yeah, your mic is a little bit low.
Okay, I can turn up my gain a bit. It's mostly that I'm different setup and further away.
Okay.
All right, that's as loud as I can get.
All right, I'll just turn down my mic, and now we're equal volume.
Is that okay? I also have other solutions on my end, but we can discuss during the break.
Yeah, this should be fine.
All right, so let's make sure that the map that they're seeing doesn't include all this random chaos that's all over the place.
No, it's just Seagate, and yeah, it's just Seagate.
All right, so somewhere in the wee hours of the morning, after your harrowing battle with those sea wolves, or whatever you would call them, you come into the familiar sight of Seagate.
Excellent.
Fortified port city. The main thing that stands out from a distance are the massive towers of the Seagate Castle, half of which is on this separate island that sits out in the bay. It's a pretty dreary, wet morning. Your visibility's quite limited by the fog, and it's not quite raining, but it's sort of thick, and the air is wet.
Thick and wet.
Thick and wet. Just
how
like
Qualnir likes them.
yeah. Around the walls of the city, you see the rolling green hills of the countryside.
Take in the deep sea breeze air and look around for a moment. Feels good to be back.
Yep, we've come full circle. Qualnir's back playing the Southern Isles where this campaign began. So your ship pulls in. You're coming from the north-ish. You sort of rounded the tip of this island, so you came into sights of the islands a little while ago.
Okay.
You come around the tip and around the fortified island in the center of the bay. And to the docks, which I believe are located near where the Gilded Rat is marked.
Okay.
Was there something you were trying to accomplish before you...
Yeah, before we actually depart the ship, I'd like to change into nice clothes instead of commoner clothes.
You got some people to impress here in Seagate?
Yeah, oh, I just want to start on the inner side. I don't want to outer city bullshit. Fuck that. We're staying at the Purple
You are known
Peacock.
as royalty in this city if things are as you left them.
You know what? Maybe that's a good point. Maybe we should. Maybe we should fly under the radar here. Well, we've already changed into our nice clothes, so we don't have baits.
You're still on the ship. You're still like 20 minutes away. I know it won't be the Rustling Jimmies without baits.
I know. We're the Purple Peacock. Okay, we'll stay in the nice clothes.
Yeah,
And I asked
your
Michelle.
crappy Elven accent.
No, I'm using my normal. I speak common fluently. I don't have an accent. What are you talking about? I asked Michelle if she has any way of detecting where what's her face might be, where my sister might be.
You tell me.
And as I ask her these questions, I look at her spell list.
Out of character, I doubt it.
I don't think so.
Not it. She's got second level spells. Nothing's gonna be very useful at that point. Gonna have to do your good old fashioned investigation, or rather, torture anyone who seems like they might know anything.
Yeah, the problem is I don't know what city she's in.
Nope. You left the Archmage behind in Faenir. All you have is that she's located somewhere generally in this vicinity.
Right.
But as far as you know, she could be on any of the islands in this part of the ocean.
Or in any of these cities.
Yep.
Okay, so she doesn't have shit. She's got Detect Magic, ESP, Locate Object. Alright. So she gets 3 and 1 for spells. So she will get 4 spells. We will do Friends, Color Spray. Friends, Color Spray, Detect Magic. And for second level spells, she'll get ESP.
That's a fun one. I don't recall how that works. It's been years since I've seen it in action.
Yeah.
We kind of skipped over the subtler spells when we were playing as teenagers or whatever.
This one doesn't do damage. It's not very good.
Pretty much.
All right, so we depart, and I'm gonna make for the Gilded Rat.
Yeah. So your ship pulls up to the docks. I believe you had paid in. Oh, and this ship is a nightmare.
Oh.
Everyone's dead. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't remember if you had paid the captain to begin with. I think you paid him and then you looted his corpse.
Yes.
Okay, but no one bothers you. It's chaos. They're struggling.
I was discussing with the first mate the possibility of selling the ship and giving me half the profits because I saved them all from certain death.
Are you going to remind him this?
Yes, I do.
He tells you that he's planning on keeping the ship and seeing how he fares as captain.
Oh, Ryan and I are on opposite sides. Oh, whoops.
Are you...
You were under the Neil label and I was under the Brian label. And we're this way on the other side, too. Look at that. Okay. I glare at him and ask, well, do you want to pony up something for me saving all of you guys, or are you just going to kick me to the curb without so much as a thank you?
Kick you to the curb. You're just a passenger here. I'm grateful for your help in the fight back there, but I'm not sure what you're expecting.
Typical sailors. And I disembark and make for the Gilded Rat.
Yeah, so it's sitting just across from the docks.
Yeah,
This tiki bar. I don't remember how I described it. Is there even a sign? I think there is.
Yeah, it's the one in.
They're brazen here.
It's the one in Solstice that doesn't have a sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I step in with Michelle in tow.
Alright, this place is abuzz with shifty characters. It's a small establishment. I think there were only maybe a half dozen or so tables, and then the bar, and the ominous locked door behind the bar.
I go to Marcus, the bartender here in Seagate.
I was trying to rack my brain for his memory. Yes, Marcus is behind the bar. Shaved head. Looks like he might have gotten his ear pierced since he saw him last. He's standing behind the bar idly. Doesn't look like he's doing very much work. Let's try out some of these new dice and roll some, I guess you'd call them encounters. Oh no. Well, that's not good.
Uh-oh.
I know where it went. These dice are too precious.
Uh-oh.
So, as you would have it, amongst the crowds, you do spot your associates, Denna, or your associate Denna, sitting alone at a table with a man that you don't immediately recognize.
Okay. I ignore her for now and approach Marcus and wave him over whenever he's got a chance.
He takes his time walking over to the end of the bar that you locked yourself at. Oh, Qualnier. It has been quite a while.
It has. Seems things have died down since I was here last.
Yeah. I suppose you're here for your gold?
Yeah.
He nods and pulls out a hefty pouch of gold and hands it across the bar to you. You're not entirely sure what this came from, but...
Oh, good, because I had no idea what it was from. Like, oh, I guess I just forgot to collect gold, and I was going to try and play it cool.
I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's probably what Qualnier is thinking as well.
Yeah. I kind of heft and go, is it all here?
The pouch, he nods.
How much?
You can count if you'd like.
I trust your count. How much did you count?
270.
And what is this for exactly?
How many pounds is 270? Maybe some of it's in platinum. Let me make sure that's not a totally unreasonable sum to just hand you. Do we do 20 or 50 to the pound in this? To be set. What are you keeping track on your character sheet?
Not?
You're a mess. Okay, in that case, these are big, fat 20 to the pound coins to punish you.
Okay. See, guys, and that's why you keep track of everything.
All right, so it's like a 13-pound sack of gold.
Jesus, 100 and... Sorry, you said 100...
That's fucking huge.
270 gold?
Okay, no. Let's make it in platinum. 27 platinum.
Okay.
You ask what it's for. He says for those goods I fenced for you a few months back.
That's what I thought. I honestly didn't expect you to remember it, because I had gotten out of town. Thought you would just screw me over, but I'm glad you're an honorable man.
They don't let me keep the books for nothing.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm actually here on a different matter. A young elf came through here some months ago. I mean, for an elf, I guess she wouldn't be that young. She is a spellcaster.
Roll a charisma check.
She... 21?
Alright, that's okay. So you keep talking. You notice he looks uncomfortable. Like you mentioned this and he his eyes shift. Like it's clear that it rings. I mean that he had some sort of reaction to it.
And she would have been here looking for me.
I don't know. I see a lot of elves coming coming through.
A lot of spellcaster female elves coming through.
He looks side to side. No, we don't get any spellcasters in this part of the world.
Yeah, so if one were to come through, you might have noticed her, right?
I'd say that's a safe assessment.
And you didn't notice anyone, did you?
Like I said, I haven't seen a wizard in these parts in
Well, she may not have
months.
mentioned that she was a wizard. Her name was Allwell?
Name doesn't ring a bell, but I wouldn't expect it would. Like I said, I need a lot of people.
Alright, alright. Say, what time do you get off today, Marcus?
Late?
Late? I slide him 4 gold coins. And say, great, you want to come by for a drink at Seabreeze when you're off? It'd be nice to catch up with you. I got to run some errands now, but it'd be great to meet up with you.
He shoves the gold back to you across the bar and shakes his head. That wouldn't be appropriate.
Oh.
Proper channels and everything.
Well then, is Sturge around? I have some unfinished business with him.
Roll another charisma check.
God, maybe I shouldn't have asked that so blatantly. 28.
Yeah, he looks again. I'm not quite sure how to describe his reaction. But
Just give me his reaction. Emote it.
Sturge, no, he's out of town on business.
Well, I guess if you're not going to have to help me,
you're with that high charisma check, you're getting the impression that there's something fishy going on, and
oh yeah, you're giving me that impression.
These may even be related, but
well, if that's
you're not seeing him spilling the beans.
If you're not going to help me out here, sorry, I've got other people I point towards Denna that are more than willing to help me with things. I'll remember how useful you've been to me, Marcus. I appreciate your straightforward, honest approach to things. And I get up and start walking towards...
Sure thing.
Is there a table across from, like... If Denna's
all
across
the
the table...
full.
They're all full?
And in fact, they're all full. Hers, there's only 2. There's her and a man at this table, which is a little surprising. It's a crowded morning. some serious day drinking among the thieves, I guess. It's like, yeah. So all the other tables are full. And there's even people like standing around. But just her and a man at this table.
Okay.
I assume Michelle is in tow?
Yeah, Michelle's in tow. I pull out one of my pieces of parchment. No, shit, all my parchment and paper got destroyed. Fuck. Shit. Okay. I exit I exit the Gilded Rat. And I head around looking for a shop that might sell paper or parchment or anything of that nature, or even like
get wet
cloth or papyrus.
Sure, you spent some time in the city. You would know where to find it. You're down by the docks. This would be a good place to go do whatever shopping you're interested in.
Okay. Yeah, so I go find... I need to buy some paper. Paper is 1 gold... I'm sorry, 2 gold per sheet. I want 5 sheets of paper.
You said 10% more than that.
Okay. So instead of 20 gold... instead of 10 gold, it's 11 gold then.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, and I take one of these pieces of paper. I'll just use the... I'm going to take a scrap of it, so I'm going to put paper times 4.75. I take a scrap off the corner and write with my black ink. I guess I just have ink. I write with my ink, Seabreeze, and then I don't know, I guess I could say like 10 o'clock, but it would be like, Night Watch, Sea Breeze, something like that.
Yeah, sure. There's some like system of bells.
Right.
We can just make it simple and say that it's 10 o'clock. It'll be like 10th bell or whatever.
10th bell. And then I seal it with my wax and sealing thingy. I will use my blue wax, which I have 18 uses of left, and now I have 17.
They actually list how many uses you get out of wax.
Oh god, no. I had to decide it on my own by figuring out how much one of these sticks of wax will give me, about how many uses, and then, I just keep track. And then I look around for, someone that I could trust to deliver a message, like a
street urchin.
A street urchin, pretty much.
Really? Yeah. I mean, you can. There's plenty of riffraff little kids running around.
I'm looking for riffraff kid or like a beggar or something, someone that's poor and disenfranchised and will do anything for money.
Find a riffraff child beggar running around by the docks.
Yes. I grab the kid and say, "Hey, you want to make a quick silver? Come with me." And I take him outside the Gilded Rat, like, a good ways outside, like 30, no, not 30, like 100 feet out from the Gilded Rat, and I point to it and go, "You know what building that is, right?"
He nods. Looks a little afraid.
If you walk in towards the back, there's going to be a table with a woman and a man sitting at it and no one else. Okay? I need you to hand her, just the woman, this message. Wait around. If she has anything for you, take it and bring it back to me. If not, scram. Come back here, and we'll head back to where I found you, and I will give you a silver. And I put the message in his hand, pat him on the butt as he leaves, and start heading back towards where I picked him up, which is hopefully out of eyesight from the Gilded Rat.
Hold on just a second. Aaron's over here trying to forge checks. My checks. Alright, just kidding. Alright, so you hand the kid the note and send him into the Gilded Rat.
Mm-hmm. And depart back to where I found the child.
Yeah. Alright, so within just a few minutes, he pops on out. The kid comes out and he says, she says you're not as discreet as you think you are, and that she'll see you tonight.
Oh, good. Get out of here, kid. I give him a silver.
Right. He scampers off, silver coin in hand. You see his friends down the street immediately flock to him.
Oh, man.
Asking to see this shiny silver piece.
I ask Michelle if there's any shopping she needs to do here, or if she has all of her components and shit for her spells.
I have no idea.
I'll assume she has everything, or whatever. I can dole out some coin for spell components if you'd like.
We should figure that out. Yes. I mean, so I can't.
Okay. I have her spell list in front of me. ESP requires a piece of copper.
That should be easy enough. But it is consumed, so I guess
right.
it uses a copper piece every casting.
Invisibility is eyelash and a piece of gum Arabic. Locate object is chameleon skin.
What the fuck? Okay, so you're actually going to have some trouble finding some of these more obscure components.
A rotting egg and several skunk cabbage leaves, so like some form of cabbage leaf, I guess.
Okay. So the only one I'm having trouble with so far is the chameleon skin.
Okay.
Put a dot next to that spell. You aren't going to be able to cast it until you can get to more
web
spells
is some
world.
spider web. Material components are small feather and minute tarts. The tarts are hurled at the subjects while the feather is waved in one hand.
I love second edition. What spell is that?
Tasha's uncontrollable hideous laughter.
Apparently it just worked on us.
And that's why it's hilarious, is because you throw these tarts at someone while you wave a feather in your hand, and they just like crack up laughing at you. And strength is a few hairs, a pinch of dung from a particularly strong animal, ape, bear, ox, etc. So it sounds like I can find all of these things.
Yeah, except for the locate object chameleon skin.
Right.
And detect invis or
invisibility is eyelash and a piece of gum arabic.
all right. So why don't we say I don't know what if you can find a resource somewhere that gives you a
Okay, so
citation.
gum arabic is used in a lot of things. It's really common, apparently.
Yeah, let's just say I was gonna try and figure out a way to scale it with spell level, but for now let's just shell out 10 gold and you can get
10 gold? What the hell in here is worth 10 gold?
Okay, then we can line item it.
I mean, like, there's a rotten egg, cabbage, hair, animal from a dung. Most of the stuff is stuff I'd like pick.
Okay,
We'd just
yeah.
pick up off the street.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just dish out like a handful of silver, like 15 silver. I mean, if you say 10 gold, I'll pay 10 gold, but I mean,
No,
money's not
but
really an issue at this point in time.
You've convinced me. So let's.
Okay. 12 silver left. Cool.
Wait, how much did you just sell at?
I just 15 silver.
15 silver?
Yeah.
Sure, whatever. Most of that's probably for bribes. Like, you walk up to I don't know, someone who's got an ox pulling his like grain wheel, and you're like, "Hey, can I have some ox dung?" And he's like, "What? No, you can't have my ox dung." So you slip him silver, and he lets you have as much ox dung as you want.
Yeah. Why is he carrying ox dung?
He's not. What I was saying, like you find like someone who's like milling wheat with an ox.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you mean.
And we have some of that ox shit, and he thinks you're crazy, and you have to pay him silver not to report you to the authorities.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay,
Michelle
cool.
just makes up some lie that it's for gardening, fertilizer.
All right.
Silver. Sure, 15 silver cents.
Cool.
And we can let that last indefinitely until we find a better resource for keeping track of stuff.
And I assume she already has her first level spells, but let's just double check.
I always thought it was kind of fun to play wizards with spell components if you have a DM that's finicky about it.
Well, I was thinking the next character that one of us should play a solo wizard.
I was thinking, I was wanting to do that eventually.
Yeah. Okay, the other things are...
But it is kind of cool to have to keep track on your character sheet, all these crazy obscure little things, and it's like, oh crap, I ran out of dung, I can't cast my whatever spell.
Okay, so Friends actually requires some chalk, some soot, and some vermilion.
I'm not sure what vermilion is, but I think
some sort of red powder, basically.
It's only the things that are like chameleon skin is very clearly only going to be used as a spell component, and you are in a place that doesn't really take kindly to wizards.
Right. Why is this place Why is it that people don't take kindly to wizards here? Ask Michelle. So that way you can have a character tell me in game.
Yeah. So she tells you it's. I mean, culturally they are looked at with a little bit of distrust, but more than that is over the last couple of years there's been some sketchy things happening with spellcasters, like spellcasters disappearing and never being heard from again.
So they just kind of disappeared. It's not like they're unwelcome. It's just they're just.
Well, there is a whole culture of skepticism because they're so rare at this point. But beyond that, over the last couple of years, they have been.
And then it
mysteriously-
clicks in my brain. Sturge was gathering spellcasters.
Was he?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes, he was. Where's that letter that he sent me?
Whatever for.
I don't know. Do I have that letter? Mysterious note.
Yeah, that'll be it.
We
Shall we
hope you have
revisit
not
that?
forgotten
That
your
was-
debt, Captain. You still owe 3 casters. I hope I do not need to remind you what will happen if you fail to follow through. Enclosed, you will find 2 favors. This should keep you afloat. Sturge, Grand Pursuivant to the Red Duke.
Boom! That was session 1 right there. Am I good or what?
Oh my god, that was the very first session, guys. Ryan is so good. Boom.
Spoiler alert, I had no idea what was going on when I wrote that note.
Shh, don't.
Shit.
You're revealing all of our DM secrets, man.
Oh, come on. It's only the DMs that watch this, right?
Yeah.
But there's probably a lot of DMs that watch this.
Yeah.
Or aspiring DMs. You don't always have to know what's going on, you just have to pretend to.
I mean, I already knew that Sturge was gathering casters. I just didn't realize that my sister... Because I asked about my sister and he was sketching, and I asked about Sturge, and I was like, well, that's weird. I guess they could be involved somehow. I don't see how it happened, and then it just clicked right now. Sturge is gathering up spellcasters for God knows what. Okay, I go to Seabreeze with Michelle.
It's late morning. Oh, Michelle's probably got to spend a few hours gathering those spell components.
I'll go
So
with her, and we'll
on
spend
your-
the afternoon gathering shit. Then.
The morning, so it's like early afternoon, and you're done with your errands and at Seagate.
Okay. Denna is the person I need to talk to about this. I don't think there's anyone else here that can help me. So I don't really have anything else to do. I think Michelle and I will go around and just kind of walk about the town, eat some delicious food, talk about this and that, and then make for Seagate around middle afternoon.
Yeah. Why don't you make some charisma checks, see if you overhear any local gossip, catch up on the local history. If Michelle's... I don't know if the history proficiencies give her bonuses, or if she just has mad charisma to begin with. Like, this local history, is that better than her charisma, or is it just her charisma?
Her charisma. I mean, they're the same thing, so...
Yeah, okay.
So Qualnir rolls 15, 28, 20. Michelle rolls
Wait, what? Why are you rolling...
charisma checks.
many?
You said make a few charisma checks. So I made
I
3.
meant one for each. Let's just say the first for each.
Oh, okay. So 15 and 30.
I was- 15 and 30.
Yeah, Qualnir rolls 15, Michelle
so
rolls 30.
Qualnir's just wandering around town, chewing on corn dogs, or spacing out.
Yeah.
But Michelle does make small talk here and there with passerbys and get caught up on the local happenings. It seems that the Lord of Seagate, eventually, after much dilly-dallying, called his banners, got an army together, and went down to sort the shit that was going on in Ashenholt. That is at least... I mean, most of the forces have come back, so it's not entirely clear what's going on, but at least nominally it is under Seagate's control at this point. The young prince, or the Duke's son, is alive. Michelle does find this out. She's not super pissed about it. Apparently, he was quite ill for many weeks, but he did make a recovery.
Bastard's tougher than I thought, I say to her. He should have been dead.
I'm sure at this point you would have to explain to her what exactly went down.
I tell her that I poisoned his cup and that it was supposed to kill him.
Okay, yeah. I mean, she's satisfied with that. She's less pissed than you would think. I think Qualnir may have been bent on revenge, but I don't necessarily think Michelle would want to see him dead.
Qualnir still wants to see him dead. He needs to die for his sins.
I think that's all the highlights. Is there anything else you would care to ask?
No. We go back to Seabreeze and we wait.
Yeah. So you get back to Seabreeze late afternoon, sort of run out of things to do. So you take your dinner, have some drinks, twiddle your thumbs till 10 p.m.
Yeah, I make sure that we get a room there for the night, and I pay up front.
Yeah. So one room will be 5 silver.
And then how much for drinks and stuff and food?
Let's say another 3.
Okay. Okay. And as 10 o'clock approaches, or as the appointed time approaches, I put Michelle in the room and I hang out. Is there are our rooms upstairs or on the same floor as the common room?
Sorry, chat's rat cleavering it. I'm not sure why. Ask the question again.
Is our room upstairs or on the same floor as the common room? I don't remember.
Your room is upstairs.
Okay. So I will hang out on the staircase with my drink, like at 9:50 or something. Looking. Does the staircase look down towards the front door?
Does the staircase? Sure. Yeah, the staircase is off to your right as you walk in the front door on the
Okay.
right wall.
Okay.
It's the room
Yeah,
of
so I'll
violet.
hang up halfway up the staircase looking down, so if Denna walks in through the front door, I can spot her and whisper loudly to her to come upstairs.
Okay.
So I'll hang out and just kind of wait for her to show up.
At the base of the staircase, or just a chair?
No, like halfway up the staircase, so that if you walk in, you wouldn't necessarily see me unless you look up the staircase and look for me.
Sure. And where is Michelle?
In the room, waiting.
Bedroom. All right.
Yeah.
Sure. So right around, right after the 10th bell, Denna walks in.
And I whisper
Fine,
loudly,
then-
"Psst, Denna!"
She was looking around and she catches your eye.
And I proceed up the staircase.
Struts towards you.
Yeah.
Wearing her black leathers, not carrying much. She does have a cutlass at her side, and a dagger at the other. And walks towards you.
Okay.
Landing smile on her face.
I get to the
That's
room
more
and
genuine.
go in. So it's just the 3 of us.
She says, "Oh, and who's this?"
This is Michelle. Michelle, Denna, Michelle.
Michelle goes, "We've met." And Denna pretends to not recognize her.
Yeah.
You did, I believe you did travel on her ship
Yes.
across from Solstice to Cintron at some point.
Yes.
Well, I never expected to see you back in Seagate.
Urgent matters have drawn me here, and I would not have bothered you if other people had not been so cagey. Where is Sturge?
Where is Sturge? That is the question on everyone's mind.
Don't give me the runaround here, Denna.
Are you sure you want to get in the middle of whatever it is you're about to get in the middle of?
Oh, yes. Yes, I do. And you should probably stay pretty far out of it.
The short answer is I don't know where Sturge is, but there are
Someone
some
knows.
ideas. You should probably speak with Chance,
Is he in this part of the world?
generally.
Okay.
He saw you tonight. He was upset that you didn't say hi.
Didn't even
Roll a
notice him
smile.
at the bar.
That's how he likes to roll.
Well, then you can't be too upset if I didn't say hi. All right, well, you and I have done some good business together, Den, and I like you enough. I don't know the politics of your goldsmiths union or whatever you call yourselves well enough to understand the fallout of what I'm about to do, but there's a spot about to open up at the top, and you can do with that as you please.
I think you should speak with Chance. She looks side to side as if checking if anyone's listening. Clearly, you're alone in the room. I don't think he would object to you offing Sturge. But that said, this can't be official.
Official smishel. I'm not part of your union. I can do whatever the hell I want. I just need to know where he is so I can put a dagger through his throat. Say, is there a reward out for him? I might be able to kill two birds with one stone. I mean, dead, of course, not alive.
Not that I know of, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, they'll all just turn up.
In this part of the world, he's actually on the... He's in good with the local authorities, which is part of the problem.
Yeah.
I would advise that you not take your usual approach and be a little bit more discreet about this.
Well, I thought I was being plenty discreet earlier today, so apparently I don't even know what you mean by that.
He is gilded.
Yeah.
Which means he's untouchable. He can't die.
What do you mean he can't die? He's not physically immortal.
No. But he has the protection of the most powerful organization on these islands. He's not supposed to die.
Well...
So it can't be known that this can't be sanctioned, is what I'm saying. Talk to Chance.
I'll talk to Chance. Why are you so eager to see him dead? You're gilded too, and here you are helping me out. I
honestly couldn't care less. But all of this family drama, it's bad for business.
Family drama?
Mommy and daddy fighting over the guild.
Are you and Sturge mommy and daddy?
What? No. Sturge is definitely the mommy, and I am not involved.
So, does that make the Red Duke the daddy?
What do you know about the Red Duke?
Sturge is claiming kinship, friendship, alignment.
I can't tell you anything about the Red Duke.
Well, who's the daddy then if Sturge is mommy?
Chance, of course.
Chance? What? Are you serious? I kind of thought Chance was... I mean, no offense to Chance, but I kind of thought Chance was like a minion, an underling.
That means he's doing his job well.
Yeah, Chance is the last person I would have ever expected to be in power. Well done.
Well...
Good job, Chance. You know what? Good job.
Time for you to start calling him Daddy.
Well, only if you start calling me MC. Or... Damn it, I don't remember that game. Some MC game. Was it MC Marine King?
I wasn't referencing... Oh, yes, that was MC... I don't know.
I don't remember who.
Whoever it was, they did not have as much personality as MC.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well...
Yes, there are violins in the background. I apologize. Or maybe you're welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome, guys. That is a classically trained violinist who is extraordinarily good. You're getting a show that you should actually be paying for.
Yeah.
Cool. Well then, I guess I'll go talk to Chance right about now. And I'll be subtle about it. Don't worry. Michelle, would you like to accompany me to give Chance a warm greeting? I would understand if you didn't want to show your face there, but I think we're in this together. Of course, Qualnir, I'll come with you. Excellent. Let's go.
Perfect.
And we head out. We head right back to the Gilded Rat.
Sure. Yeah.
I open the door.
It is
I look around. Do I see?
bustling even
I just
more.
kind of stand in the doorway actually and look for Chance. Do I see him?
Roll a perception or charisma, whichever you prefer.
Charisma. 24. Except that wasn't Michelle. That was Colner that rolled it.
You're scanning the crowd. It's a pretty packed house, pretty much standing room only, and you don't recognize him. And as you're scanning the crowd, your thoughts crossing your mind. You're not sure you'd recognize him if you saw him.
I bellow loudly from the doorway. Chance! Get over here! Where the hell are you? I need to speak to you about Sturge.
So this is being discreet, is it? There is an awkward silence as everyone in the bar turns to stare at you. A lot of unscrupulous characters,
I take a
scarred
quick
and scruffy, blades at their side.
I take a quick glance to Marcus just to gauge his reaction. Just like a yeah.
He's got a look of terror on his face.
All right.
And the crowd parts, and there before you is a rather unassuming-looking middle-aged man wearing a green tunic, brown hair, brown eyes, clean-shaven.
I make my way towards him.
Yeah, he's walking towards you, and you sort of meet in the center with this crowd of brigands and thieves surrounding you. He appears to be unarmed and unencumbered.
I nod towards the back room door.
Well, you've made quite the scene, haven't you?
Where is Sturge?
He lets out a sigh, another sigh, and nods for you to join him in the back room.
Yeah, and the three
Marcus,
of us.
or he leans into Marcus and whispers something in his ear that you don't bother to overhear.
Nope.
And you and then Chance walks towards the back door, pulls a key from his pocket, and actually, you know what? He doesn't pull a key from his pocket. He pulls a little leather pouch from his pocket, unfolds it to reveal a nice shiny set of thieves' picks, and
you better
good
not fail
Lord.
This. Did you roll a 100?
He rolled a 99. He was supposed to show off.
He starts fumbling with the pick for 10 minutes, awkwardly.
Does it actually take 10 minutes?
It takes up to 10 minutes. I think. I don't know. I might be making that up.
I think it might actually.
I think it does too. Or whatever. It's your world. But it's just hilarious. He tries to pick the lock and just fumbles around, and like everyone is staring at him, and it's awkward. Yeah. I'm looking up the exact time. Not that it.
Yeah, I don't have my books with me. I do have documents on my computer, but
no. The amount of time required is D10 rounds.
Okay, so up to 6 minutes.
But also, if he's picked this lock before, he shouldn't have to try and pick it again, right?
Well, he rolled a 99, so I'm going to roll that he fumbles.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess you're right. I shouldn't even have rolled, but it was hilarious enough that
it was perfect.
I'll let it remain. Yeah, so he doesn't take the full time. I mean, he fumbles with it for a few minutes, looks embarrassed, walks behind the bar and pulls a key out from where the cash is, and then unlocks the door and just the back room. She has to wait outside. It's to Michelle.
I nod and say very loudly, because I assume everyone's still dead silent and watching us. Yeah, she can take care of herself. And walk in.
Yeah, it's quite tense in the room. You see a few people making for the door, and you notice that there are some thugs blocking the door.
Okay.
Like preventing anyone's exit.
Okay.
And
for the record, Michelle has color spray on her lips and a hand on her stiletto.
As she should. So this back room, you have seen it before.
Yes, I've been there before.
It's a long, narrow room with a large wooden table. How many chairs? I think there's 5 chairs
Well,
around it.
the amount of chairs comes and goes.
I think it was at some point it was supposed to be a set number of chairs, but I've since forgotten the set number of chairs. I'm pretty sure there's 5 chairs
Okay.
around this long wooden table with much space between the chairs. The table is completely bare, as are the walls, which are made of nice wooden panels. It's actually a pretty classy room, but utterly bleak. There is a single door on the side wall, which you may or may not recall where it goes. Chance struts across the room to the far side and sits at the head of the table.
Standing on the opposite side, not sitting, I put my hands down on the table and do one of these "Where is Sturge?" things.
You let him take his time walking to the far end of the table?
Yeah, I don't slow him or stop him or get in the way or anything.
That is a question that is also on my mind. I have some guesses.
Tell me.
Straight to the chase.
Well, I'm not leaving anything to chance.
I was expecting far more chance puns in this campaign, but
They're coming in.
they're coming in.
Yeah.
Well, my money would be on Ashenholt. He's in pretty tight with the Duke these days. I think it was him that convinced the Duke, Lord Seagate, to rally his forces and drive the bastard from Ashenholt.
All right.
The armies have mostly returned, and no one's really sure who's in charge, but...
Well, you should have been in charge long ago.
I was for a time, but the bastard came roaring out of the hills with his berserkers at his back, and I wanted nothing to do with the slaughter that ensued. You really left quite a mess in your wake.
No, this won't be the last time I leave a mess in my wake. People that cross me do not tend to last very long. I hope that's a lesson that you can learn from observing.
No response, just a crooked smile.
Any other ideas of where he might be?
I told you that's my best guess.
What are any of his men here in town? He's got confidants. He's got people he's close with.
I mean, they're all his men. They're all of our men.
No, but there's some... You have your men, he has his men. Everyone's got loyalties. Sturge is bound to have someone that plays favorites.
Yeah, I think most of the underlings are a little oblivious to what goes on above their heads. They'll switch sides on a whim to whoever appears to be winning. The thug who does most of Sturge's dirty work's name is Clarence.
Is he around?
I believe he's right out there, and he gives a nod towards the door you came in.
I start walking towards the door. I'm in a no-nonsense mood today. Qualnir says as he walks.
Yeah. Qualnir, before you reach the door.
Yes?
I hope I don't have to tell you that I am not giving you the nod to do whatever it is you were thinking you're doing. If you get in deep shit, I can't help you if you go down this road.
I open the door and I don't shut it behind me. I open the door and step out and say, "Clarence, get your ass over here."
So you see that there's 2 large men standing on either side standing in front of the doorway. You're like looking at some of the... I guess Michelle's been here the whole time. So it seems like the guild members sort of knew what was going on. The non-guild members were rounded up and given a stern talking to, and are now getting handed gold to keep their mouths shut to what they've witnessed tonight.
Mm-hmm.
one of again the room falls silent, and one of the large men at the door turns to look at you. He's got to be like 6.5 feet tall, blubberous. He's got a shaved head, and like the back of his neck sort of rolls down, just sort of blends into his.
I gotcha. He's a
shoulders. Yeah, his skin's sort of dry and flaky. Looks like walrus hide.
I walk back inside the room, leaving the door open for Clarence to follow through.
All right. Dead silence in the bar room as Clarence clears a path from the door to the back room.
And does he walk in?
He walks in.
As he walks in, I turn to Chance and say, "You might want to excuse yourself. Clarence and I have some questions, and I'm sure you have somewhere else to be."
Remember what I said. This is not sanctioned.
Nothing is sanctioned.
And he walks out the east side door.
Okay. As Clarence comes in, I ask him to... Well, after he comes in, I ask him to shut the door. And as he shuts the door, I make my way over to sit in the chair that Chance was sitting in. And on that note, we should go to break. We'll see you guys in a few minutes, everyone. Take care.